What's up, everybody? Supercar Street Racing. Been a month since an update. That's because the car's been in the shop for a month. So the car's been over at Tuners Inc. for a really long time. Getting upgrades done. Got the fuel system we thought worked out. Got the clutch checked out. Everything was okay with the clutch. He pulled the transmission, checked it out. No issues there. And when he started tuning at high boost, he blew off the coupler right below the turbo, just like I did when we broke it. And so he pulled the turbo off to fix the coupler, and while it was off, I decided it might be a good idea to upgrade the turbo. That's right, bigger turbo. So we are removing, it actually is already removed, the 6266 Precision, and a 6870 is now on the car, which you're about to see in this picture here. I'm going to cut in a picture of it. And Chad is coming over with his Turbo Z06 right now, and we are headed to Tuners Inc. And we don't even know if they're going to be there because I texted and no text back. But we're going out there anyway, and we're going to have lunch and have fun. See you in a minute when Chad gets here. I hear it.
What's up, man?
Thing is rumbling.
I got the exhaust closed, actually. Quiet mode.
Got to put this on the channel. What was the deal right here?
That was a cutout. I took it out, though.
You
I need to
completely
get a new
removed
section
it?
of downpipe made. I didn't like it. Especially with spit stuff all over the hood, and even when it was closed.
So do you want to talk a little bit about this on the video?
It's a 2016 Z06. I picked it up from a shop in Texas. There was a shop car. They used to run quarter-mile races with it.
I saw it. It was on 1320.
Yeah, it was on 1320 video. So at that time they had like a PT88 turbo on it, but they switched it out for a bigger comp 88 millimeter T6 turbo. And they during road race events they got up to 167 in the quarter. So it dynoed at 1018 at the wheel, 18 psi on E85.
So this thing would be really good for half-mile racing, or you know, if you could get it to hook from.
It does hook. I mean, first gear doesn't, but the second gear on, it's actually not bad. I mean, I had to put some new tires on it, so I went with 345s. Try to be able to get the power down.
So it's got Pilot Super Sports.
Yeah, Pilot Super Sports. They're a little taller to fill up the wheel gap, a little wider. So
carbon ceramic brakes.
Carbon ceramic brakes.
And 345s. Look like they're tight in there, huh?
Yeah.
So what about the fuel system? What kind of fuel system is it running?
So it has the stock fuel system, which runs most of the time, and then there's a auxiliary system that kicks on at 4 psi. Basically supplements the primary system.
Like a Hobbs switch thing?
Hobbs switch. So the pump's located over here. I had to actually change it out because they had a Bosch fuel pump on it, and it wasn't rated for E85, so I think the E85 corroded it. It was making all kinds of noises, and like I had mentioned to you, it was only hitting 20 psi. Whereas the fuel regulator is set to 75, so it was way under pressure. So it was running lean and just wasn't happy.
And so you're running the factory ECU for engine management?
Factory ECU, it's tuned with HP tuners. It still has the stock injectors. It's got a 32% fuel cam in it with a very mild lift and duration, so it's not real aggressive.
So talk a little bit about why it still has the stock injectors and how that's possible.
The stock injectors actually flow quite a bit. I mean, they run over 2,000 psi because it's direct injection.
So it's got a high pressure fuel pump as well?
High pressure fuel pump that's underneath the intake manifold. It runs off of the cam. So there is going to be a manufacturer out there that supplies higher flowing injectors, but I mean they're like $500 a piece, and they only give you 30% more flow. So the way to get around that is basically you run the high pressure fuel pump harder. So higher lift, longer duration cam on it. So
I see.
The cam has a 32% increased lobe on it, so that increases the fuel pressure. One of the issues that when I was talking to the guys who tune these cars, he said that that once the fuel pressure drops, they command 70 psi.
Okay.
But once it drops to about 62, then essentially your fuel system's done. So that's why they do the secondary setup.
I see. Okay.
And so the secondary is good for, by itself, is 900 horsepower on E85.
Okay,
so
cool.
When you combine the two, you can get to about 1100 at the wheel.
Okay.
And that's about the limit with the stock injectors. After that, the best thing is just to go with the
port injection.
injectors.
Port injection. Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and pop the hood.
Excuse me. Pardon me. Out here blowing an O-ring.
So they basically took off the stock supercharger. This is a ProCharger sheet metal intake manifold that comes with the ProCharger supercharger kits.
Okay.
But it makes it easy just to go along with this, and they sell it by itself. That's a Comp T6 88mm turbo.
Huge.
Yeah, it's gigantic. It's got a 5-inch inlet.
That's kind of like the ones that they were running on the Supras. The I forgot the model, but it was a something -88, like a 7288, or like a. There was a number that they were running, and it was those are the ones that were making 1,000 plus.
But it depends, because you can get like an 88mm in a T4 housing.
Okay.
I mean, that's like the precision that you got.
Okay,
It's
right,
a T4,
right.
But this is a T6, so everything's a bit bigger.
Right.
This is actually considered a medium frame turbo.
Right. And it's got, yeah, that's a huge inlet.
Yeah,
And
so
it's
it still runs
interesting.
to the factory.
It's running the
airbox.
factory airbox,
Yeah.
as I was about to say, which is very, very interesting.
So they dynoed it with and without the airbox. They said it didn't make any difference in horsepower because the stock
That's
element blows
amazing.
so well.
Does
And
it
it's
feed
taking all
from
cool
the
air.
front, or okay,
It takes cool air
the
from the
bottom?
fender, so rather than just feeding
Yeah.
a filter and a bunch of hot air, this is actually a better solution.
So is this where it gets the air from?
Well, it gets it from within the fender well. So
What's-
there's a cavity.
What's that?
That's
Little
a camera.
Front
so
camera.
this car has the performance data recorder.
Right.
So it records
Track.
like, basically track mode. But the cameras also come on when you're going low speed, so that you can look and not grind this carbon fiber splitter.
That's sick. I would like to see that intake manifold like powder coated or chromed. That would look so
Yeah.
ridiculous.
So there's lots of space here actually for the injector
Port
bosses.
injection. Oh yeah, all day port
And
injection.
this is where the fuel line comes in from that auxiliary pump. So
Okay.
all you have to do is just run it there, and then you're done. The
Done.
hop switch is on the other side, right here.
And if you did, you were talking about maybe something a little bit less laggy. How much of a change would that make? Would that be to do that? I mean, it seems like that would be a big ordeal now that you have a T6.
Well, they had a T4 on there. Essentially, it was a precision.
Okay.
So the flanges, little adapter would kind of take care of that. The downpipe itself was something that they had to change out because of the cutout. But it's just a small section. Like you can see the V-band down here.
Do you still have the
It's about-
cutout?
it's
Like
about
you
a
could
foot
put it
long.
back anytime, right?
Yeah, I could put it back in if I wanted to. But it's just that section there.
Right. Yeah. Well, this car was done right. I'll tell you that. You can tell that
Yeah.
they.
All the piping is stainless steel, Schedule 40.
Yeah.
The intake piping, of course, is aluminum, but they try to weld as much of it as possible. So there's only 4 couplers in the entire charge pipe side of things.
Which, yeah, you don't have the issues that I have.
Right.
Also, looks like they did heat coating on the.
Yeah, they did the ceramic coating on the hot side.
Yeah, you can see the downpipe there. Or is that the? No, that's the supply. That's the exhaust from the exhaust manifold.
Yeah. So the way that this system works is the manifold on that side. There's a crossover pipe that comes this way, joins with this manifold that they've had to fabricate, and it feeds this one.
So
Goes
it's
straight
there's
into
a
the-
custom manifold.
Yeah, this side's custom, the other side's stock.
Okay, gotcha. Very interesting. Well, let's take a look at the inside of this
It's also
thing.
got water injection too. I'm just running water in there now. It's set to come on at about 5 psi. It sprays water.
That's your new boost
the
control
new boost
solenoid.
controller for
Yeah.
the innovative combo
Yep.
controller. So I ran that. I also put in a bunch of PCV lines so it wouldn't stink because they had disconnected all that.
Inside looks
So the
great.
interior is completely stock. They had a boost controller mounted sort of down there, but it was like right in the way of your knee, so I didn't like it.
And then you put the.
And then I put the other controller in, so if you hit that screen button, it'll drop down.
Like this?
Yeah, just press it. So that's where the new gauge lives.
Oh, that's
It's
sick.
a boost controller, boost gauge, and wideband all in one.
That really turned out nice, you know?
Yeah. It took a while because I had to tear half the dash out just to get to it.
Inaccurate badge.
Yeah. It's a little, reads a little low. So is the one on the side that says supercharged.
I think the best thing about this car is the transmission, honestly.
Yeah, it's an 8-speed tranny, and
Yeah.
I mean these trannies they put in pickup trucks, so they're stout. They're rated to handle 738 foot-pounds from the factory.
So you don't think you'll have
That's
any
with
issues,
the,
huh?
that's, towing 15,000 pounds total.
Can I
So
start it?
this car doesn't weigh that much, obviously. So right now the valves are closed, so it's pretty
quiet, yeah.
But if you hit this button here, you turn it.
Which
just
one?
Turn that knob once to the right. It'll put it in sport mode, and then it'll open up.
Oh yeah, that's
here.
definitely different.
That also changes the suspension settings too, so it makes it stiffer.
Sounds so good. So under here we have the boost controller, which also has wideband AFR, and we got cut off while we were recording, but I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's the HUD right there. Right on the hood, you can see it. And then we were just talking about whether this could configure to show gauges, and there's the actual display. And the center is digital, the sides are analog.
But even that, it's configurable, so you can change how it looks.
Right, you can change the center display.
Yeah, and also the heads-up display, you can change how it looks.
How do you change the center display here? Yeah, it's on the center one.
Buttons here.
These two?
Go here. You can just kind of scroll through it, and it'll change.
Oh, I don't know if I'm doing it right. Not doing anything.
See, you just change it right there.
Oh, okay. It's just a little bit slower. Okay. It says engine hours, like a tractor. 210 engine hours. Alright, let's get going on this thing and we will shoot some more. Alright, what's up everybody? I can't even figure out how to turn the radio down. Oh, there it is. We're just cruising around now, headed to Orange Park. And look at that old Vet. Did you see it? Was that a Vet or a Thunderbird?
Thunderbird.
So, just first impressions driving around with the exhaust valve closed, it's really quiet. And with it open, it's pretty loud. It sounds kind of like the SL did with it open. But other than that, it rides really good on this setting. I don't see any real, we haven't been jarred around or anything really bad. So it feels good on this. Is it comfort mode?
Yeah, it's in touring right now.
Touring mode feels awesome. And the tires are a little bit taller than stock, so that might also help with the bumps slightly. And it is auto, which is definitely my favorite transmission. Is this the same one they use in the ZL1?
Yeah, they're coming out with the 10-speed, so from I think 2018 on, they're going to be using that one. But
pretty soon it'll just be like a semi truck, and you'll have 100 speeds, and you'll have like 2 shift levers, and like my buddy's old Dodge. I can't remember what it was. It was one of those little like hot hatchbacks. It had a 4-speed manual, and then it had a high-low.
Oh, nice.
And I just thought that was the coolest thing ever. It was the only car I'd ever seen that had the high-low. And
yeah, because then you got like 8 gears.
yeah, it was a sporty little car. I just can't remember what it was. It was a Dodge something or Chrysler something. One of those little bitty things. Really fun. All right, we'll be back, everybody.
So I've got it's in 3rd gear right now.
So Chad's showing me that you can.
It's in 2nd gear right now.
So he's using the paddles now, and it shifts. Yeah, that feels really strong there. What do you think that power is?
Half throttle.
That was like half throttle?
Yeah, so we'll see what the peak boost was. Just at 9.6 107 pounds, so we still got, 9 more to go.
Yeah, this car's sick, pretty much. And it hooked on that boost without any issues. So it does it with, there's no drama. It just makes sick power, and it's drivable like a daily car, unlike my car, which is undrivable. Really, no, literally, you can't drive it.
You can't drive it right
Haven't
now.
driven it in 40 days, almost 45 days.
That's crazy.
We'll be in the Bahamas, and my car won't be ready.
That's true.
Heading into St. Mary's Seafood before we head out to Tuners Inc. Gonna get some shots because Chad likes to do shots. Just kidding. He doesn't drink at all. Just hanging out with an alcoholic for real.
Yeah, imagine how it's going to be on the boat.
Oh my God, we're going to the Bahamas in
Like 2 weeks.
It's 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks.
It's
man.
2 weeks. It's like 16 days or something like that. I looked at every time I log on to NCL.
We leave on Friday, and today's Friday, right?
So it's 2 weeks from today.
2 weeks from today.
We leave on Thursday because we're going to the hotel
That's
in
right.
Port Canaveral. So
Yeah.
we're leaving Thursday whenever we feel like it, and then we'll be back on Monday. Let's go in here and get some seafood.
Oh, we saw you, man.
This dude just pulled up.
We saw you putting gas.
What's up?
Nah, man, just give me
Saw this guy at the gas station.
Yeah. I live down the street, so I was like,
What time you get done?
I'll probably go check it out.
This guy's got 700-degree engine bay. So hot you can't stand next to it.
Like every so often you can feel it.
Yeah, it's coming out for sure. Thing sounds sick. I'm on cop watch. Out here at Tuners Inc. Take a look at the new fuel system. And Tracy is putting in a hard fuel line. Thinking that the line may not be holding pressure. Got the Z06 on the dyno. I guess he's gonna pull the tables on it and see what's up.
He's gonna look at it.
Okay. That's good. He's running a hard line for the fuel system. He doesn't think that the stock line is enough.
You're driving it.
Yeah.
Dirty stuff. Oh man, yeah.
I'll take a look at the tune. See what's cracking.
What do you have to give him for it?
72.5. Had 5,500 miles on it. Yeah. But I only paid 105.
Oh,
Because I had the little sticker. And that's the thing.
that's totally fair.
Yeah. So he wanted 85. I said, you know what? I'll come this week and give you 72.5 for it. Write you a check. So,
That's fantastic, dude.
Money talks, right? He did it.
I know that the turbo kit itself, you said it was 25 grand.
Well, I'm sure they didn't do that for cheap.
Because this is one-off, essentially.
Yeah.
Might be the only one. Huh?
Yeah, this is one-off.
No, there's a few of them.
Is it?
But not a whole bunch.
I know that manifold is 2,500 by the way. That's from Pro Charger. So is the intercooler.
Yeah.
It's from their Pro Charger kit.
Take a look at the new setup. Pretty much from here up is new. That pipe all the way up to the turbo was replaced. Looks like it might be much easier to keep on there.
Chose to go right there.
Mm-hmm.
From there to there. And then the front. Slide under 2.6s. One in the front and one in the back.
Fuel pumps. Things are so small.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, that's where the.
Yeah, it's gonna go here. Probably Y into the 8 a.m. field.
Look at the new fuel
The
pumps.
socks here.
450 per hour of E85. Goodness.
450 liters.
Liters or gallons?
Liters.
Is it?
Yeah.
I always thought it was gallons.
No, dude. Obviously sick. Over there.